People of Earth, good evening. We are March 4, 2024, and here are the developments of the current galactic events impacting the future of Earth as a planetary civilization. And I am delighted to welcome you for this 20th episode of Star Nation News. This week, we are back to have a look into the Akvaaru star system. From the second planet Akvaaru, colony governor Val Nek, former officer for the Galactic Federation of Worlds in the Sol system, transferred 3 years ago to Akvaaru and recently cleared to communicate again, reports to us about the changes in local events that are impacting the galactic diplomatic scene. For those who do not know my friend, Governor Valorian Nek or Yoran, or Val Nek for short, I publicly disclosed his existence in 2019 and later in my 2020 book, A Gift from the Stars. Val Nek has not been communicating with Earth for 3 years now, and has resumed contact with solely the administration of the Galactic Federation of Worlds, for he is still not communicating with any human on Earth for diplomatic reasons. Valnek is an old childhood friend of mine, with whom I have been having personal physical contacts since the age of 9 and all through all my life. As I am also the emissary for the Galactic Federation of Worlds, I am presently the only exception to receive clearance to talk to him. The report of this communication was transmitted to me via the High Command of the Excelsior. For those who missed Star Nation News 17, you will find in the episode 17 a detailed explanation about the Akvaaru star system with graphics, and further more information can also be found in the Encyclopedia Galactica at the link in the description of this video. I am Governor Oroyan, and I salute the people of Terra who will hear this message. I am broadcasting this message from the Akvaaru star system, from the planet Akvaaru, where I am assigned as colony governor for an outpost of the Galactic Federation of Worlds. We received recent and official news that the Jahaya star system Tal Shiar broke away from their accords with the Akvaaru government and the Markhat collective. The Tal Shiar is a breakaway colony from the Ashara star system that you call Taygeta in the Pleiades, that settled on Talihara in the Jahaya or Alcyone, as we call it, star system. They have been the allies of the Sikar Empire from the start of this rebellion, as well as the Nebu. Now that these two empires are collapsing, the Tal Shiar is rescinding all their former agreements with all allies of the Sikar and former Nebu. We know from our sources that the Akvaaru government has received a call for military assistance from the Sikar Empire, which augurs about the critical situation the Sikar Empire is finding itself in now. From our sources as well, we know that the Akvaaru government has for now postponed their answer and decision. We predict that the Akvaaru will not assist the Sikar as the forces in balance are not in their favor. The Akvaaru are a small power in the galactic scale, and they would be wiped out in minutes if engaging in this war. This is showing how the Sikaar Empire is desperate for help as it is falling down. If they contacted the Akhori for help, they surely asked also all their other former allies in this galaxy. Their most powerful ally is the Aldebaran Dark Fleet. But they also have postponed their decision for assistance to the Sikaar. The Dark Fleet is a militarized corporate. They will go where the galactic winds of power blow. The fact that none of these former allies have responded yet is a good sign. It hasn't been such a surprise to witness the withdrawal of all Sikaar former allies in the midst of this new galactic war. Everyone withdrew their assets when Stemis 4 was attacked, and the news spread that the Sikaar had lost the Megopei Maitra as an ally. The outpost of the Terran secret space program on planet Achoria will not break ties with the Terran headquarters and request independence, but they are rather facing evacuation back to Terra. The underground military program operations on Terra, for the account of the Alliance of the Six and the Nebu, was dismantled 2 Terran years ago. Since then, the commercial purpose of the 2 Terran Dark Program colonies on Achoria and Markhat, which was about the human trade from Terra, has become irrelevant. The Markhat Collective, that also includes a Dark Fleet detachment from Aldebaran, has stated from our sources that they are waiting to see to which advantage the situation is turning, to consider engaging or retiring. I am Governor Oroyan, reporting for the Galactic Federation of Worlds XL6 High Command Mothership in the Sol system exclusively, and in order to protect information to no other entity, person or organization located on Terra. I salute you. While the terraforming operations on Mars and the construction of the Jupiter hub continues, the lunar pods have been replaced into the core command of the Moon, and we are now waiting to see what will occur. The situation regarding the Moon pods is closely monitored by the Earth Alliance detachment based there, and we will have a report as soon as something happens. In the Alcyone star system, Tal Ambassador Akvaaru confirms Governor Valnek's information regarding the Tal Shah government breaking away from their political, military, and commercial accords with the Akhori government. This decision fits into the global plan of the Tal Shah government to gain independence and prove goodwill to the Galactic Federation of Worlds. The armed conflict opposing the Galactic Alliance of Nataru and the Sikaar Empire has now developed through all sectors of the galaxy. The implication of the Anar Empire's forces siding with the Galactic Alliance after the Ningmak Gnomopo joined membership with the Galactic Federation of Worlds has weighed even more in the balance in favor of the forces of light. So let us see how the Anar Prince Ia comments on this. I am Ia. I speak to humanity of Ki, whom my children I love. very much. In all due respect, I need to tell you about my involvement into the Sikaar war that is raging in this moment like bursts of flames throughout this magnificent mother galaxy. The infection is fought by the forces of light. Some cultures, races, or simply individuals take upon the balanced duality of source to embody the destructive, challenging forces in order to trigger evolution. So the Sikaar did. And now they have awoken the army of light and justice. Without the Sikaar, the conjoined alliance between the Galactic Federation of Worlds, the empire of my father, and the Gnomopo, would have probably never occurred. Well, at least not for another eternity of time. So, all is good, my dear children. All is good. And unfolding accordingly to the laws of the greater balance of Source and the universe. Indeed, I was influential in these events when I contacted my father, Anu Attara, to share with him my concern about the withdrawal of the Anach Empire from any armed conflicts in the Nataru galaxy. He said that in all good knowledge he had planned to intervene with his forces when the balance would tip on the side of the Alliance. In all due respect, I told my father that it was an error to wait, and that he shall intervene right now. He listened to my wise advice and acted accordingly. I demonstrated to him why, while him waiting to offer assistance, he would have on his hands the blood and life essences of uncountable beings, innocent victims in this war. My father had straightly offered assistance to the rebuilding of Uruana Nebula and offered some of the best of his Anach scientists and terraformers to the Council of Al-Nilam at the time. But this involved not any armed confrontations. In the case of the Galactic Rebellion against the Sikaar Empire, this is another game, and he was hesitating. My father has always been as such. This is who he is. He demonstrated it during the Great Uru-Anna Wars by retiring to a neutral position. Many, too many cultures have despised him for this. In the head of my father, he was only thinking about the empire and his subjects, all the lives he was accountable for, and that he had the duty to protect. The Nebu were too much of a threatening power. So he took a decision based on protecting his own empire. I can understand that, even if I would have chosen otherwise. I am not my father. I am me, Ea, and I place compassion above necessity. That is why I am proud to have been able to convince my father to get involved in the Sikaar War as soon as it started. After our conversation, we became closer again, and negotiations resumed. despite all that my father has done and should have done but didn't, I still love him. He is my father. Now he listens to me, as he knows my power. It takes time to liberate a vast number of worlds from a terrible enemy, but at a galactic scale, the Sikaar War will not last long. The greater purpose of Creator is the breath of creation destruction that generates the greater pulse of evolution. With this war, the Sikaar are an enemy that will soon belong to the past history of this galaxy. I am here, watching humanity keep leaping into that greater spiritual and consciousness evolution. We are here to assist you, not to save you. We are here to show you the way towards your own empowerment. You do not need technology to do so. Only the power hidden within your consciousness can achieve the greatest miracles. And a miracle is a natural power yet to be understood. My old heart nourishes love for all of my children, and in the cosmic web we can all feel the frequency of love that binds us all in the sacred, all knowledge encompassing rose of life. Well, what great words from Prince Ia. The sacred, all knowledge encompassing rose of life. The secret alchemical rose of knowledge, of consciousness, the key of consciousness. The rose of life is none other than the flower of life, the greater structure of the universe, the body of Creator, this infinite, timeless body that looks like an arrangement of bubbles, one into the other, the greater rose of life, of creation. How wonderful to hear this. Regarding the situation in the Altair star system that our colleagues upstairs call Ahori, of its real name, things seems to take a good turn as the Ahori government is shifting into neutrality, with not really wanting to get totally destroyed and hammered by joining the war on the side of the Sikaar, but yet they cannot join the alliance because they're not part of the Federation. They're just now on their own. So we do not know yet what they are going to do, but as Val Nek said regarding his sources, there's no real chance that the Ahori would join the Sikaar because they would be completely hammered by the alliance and they would lose any chance in the future, if they survive that, to join the Federation. And economically, they would be ruined. That would be the end of them. So there's no chance that the Ahori will join the Sikaar. And even if they did, that would make no difference in the balance because they are such a small power. Regarding the Dark Fleet, the Aldebaran Dark Fleet, they haven't moved yet either. Nor from the Ahori star system side, because the Dark Fleet has a colony on Markhat. nor directly from the headquarters in Aldebaran. What are they waiting for? Well, as our friends explained, they're waiting to see where the galactic winds are blowing. Who will be the winner? And they will make their way to associate with them. In the case of, although the Achori have a chance to join the alliance, the Dark Fleet doesn't and will never have a chance to join the alliance, ever. There have been too much baddies, and they do not want space Nazis to join them. We don't want them. They need to go. They need to do their own, mind their own business, and maybe become a commercial power, but stop attacking people. And they need to stop all their slave trade and etc. The Dark Fleet is something apart, that a different problem that may be dealt another time. But now everyone focuses on getting the sea cars to evacuate this galaxy. Remember, they were thrown into this universe from another universe by people who want to get rid of them. We will not make the same mistake. We will not give our burden to someone else. We've learned from that. So we need to deal with our own problem and not pass on the hot potatoes to someone else. So this is what's happening, and fair play to Akvaaru, our beautiful ambassador on Talihara, who could relay in an information confirming what Val Nek said, and so it's all good. I will see you next week for another Star Nation news, being very grateful to my contacts, Thorhan Eredion, Valnek Oroyan, Akvaaru, and Prince Ia. And we never know next week who may communicate to us information. See you next week.